truth is, if I dwell so much on the, I would like to look forward, because we start discussing all the challenges that faced us towards achieving this London route. Honestly, you feel like crying, you feel like weeping. First of all, you suffer what I call both internal and external conspiracies. It took us 7 years. We got the destination, I think, about 6.5 years ago, to go into London. Since then, it has been cat and mouse game. We actually procured our 3 777s because of this route, not for any other route. But I wanted to give it the blow that it deserved as at that time. However, we were not allowed to go. It's not just, whether you like it or not, there's what we call international aeropolitics, which is very dirty.
Armstrong, good morning. Good morning to you, my brother. Nice to see you. Nice to have you this hour. I will have not been.
For the TCO.
We have not been live this early hour like before. We have not come online this time. This is not our usual normal broadcast, but I try to see how it looks, to broadcast early hour. Let's see. So how was your day? How was your night rather? Because I'm sure that this early morning your time. Okay, let's continue listening to Alan Oyema. So we are going to go through a few things that we're supposed to touch this morning. Nice to have you guys as you join me. Please like the video. Please comment just like Armstrong have done, so that I will know how many of us that are able to be here at this hour. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Let's continue.
TO means the country operators permit. You must get that. Excuse me. You must get that one before you start going into any European country, UK inclusive. And
I see you, Erin. I see you. Good morning to all Biafrans. Share the message and turn off the notification. Okay, thumbs up. The zoo is panicking. They are, of course, they are. So let's continue playing the voice, the video of this APC boss, and we are coming to respond to what some of the things that you have to say. Thank you so much.
The TCO organization from Europe wrote our Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. Do you know AirPeace? Do you know about their destination, and we were denied? My own country denied us. So they threw it back. Went back to the NCA. They said, oh, we didn't tell you. We didn't tell them. Who designated us? The Minister of Aviation, the Federal Minister of Aviation, whose duty it was, and it still is, to do that. Well, we said, okay, we are ready. They refused. They said, until they allow us to apply. So, you got destination from the federal government, and the NCA, or the same federal government, was telling you that you should not make any application towards going into the UK. Meanwhile, you gave us the nod to go to China, go to India. China is 14 hours, about 13 hours going to Guangzhou and 14 hours coming back. India is about 12 now because of the closure of the Sudanese airspace. About 12 going, about 13 coming back. Yet, you didn't find this airline worthy to go into the UK. 6 hours, piece of cake. For an airline that is doing over 160 hours of flying daily in this country, no other airline in the entire West and Central Africa does that much.
Oh, see, I see you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning.
Unblemished, no issues. What is 6 hours? Yet they stopped us. So the game is both from within and without. We were stopped. I would never stop saying it. So we continue this kind of mouse game with the NCA of the Captain Musa Nuhu during his time said, enough, it's not enough. Abuse must be allowed to go in. What is the issue? Remember, they told us to, okay, when the heat became so much, when I gave them a lot of heat, they said, okay, you need to prove to us that you'll be able to pass the TCO. For goodness if I don't pass the TCO, it doesn't mean anything. Then I leave. But allow me to go. They said, no, we must prove to them that we're able to pass the TCO. I said, okay, you come and audit us based on the TCO standards. They said, no, you have to get IATA, some consultancy firms from IATA to do that. IATA must conduct that and give their results. We paid, I'm sure it cost over 200 million. We brought IATA. IATA conducted a TCO audit on Airpeace. Remember, we are IOSA certified, so I don't know why the need for that. We passed. It took several months before IATA even came. We passed. Then they wrote to the NCAA that you should allow them to proceed to go and do the audit with the TCO Europe. They didn't respond. Several months passed, going up to a year. We went back to them and told them, look, it is better you come out and say why the reason for all this, or I go to the press and say it, and I withdraw. But mind you, this country is being fleeced by all the airlines going to London from this place. People were paying 5 times more than they should have been paying. Lots of reasons you are being given to this. And you say you don't have capacity. You have 3 777s. What several hundreds of millions of dollars lying out there, fully purchased by this airline. That was when they said, okay. We are now going to audit you ourselves. Not minding the result of the IATA people they recommended. At first, I didn't want to acquiesce to that. My chief operating officer, Mrs. Toyo Olajide, said, Oga, please, let's follow them. So I agreed. They came and audited. No, nothing, of course. Found nothing.
This is Airpeace sharing his experience as he moved. He landed in London with which was he talked of the town 3 days ago. A lot of people are not happy with the Nigerians focus on the dress code of the air hostess and all that, but not minding what the owner of the airline went through to even get to the position that he found himself today. Igbo people are very, very unique, very unique, but somehow it is funny when each of them, all the Igbo billionaires, if they open up to tell you their stories, you'll be like, wow, just like what an average Igbos are passing through. Southerners, let me use the word now, Southern, because even Yorubas sometimes pass through this kind of challenges, but not to compare the people that everything they have been the victim of the whole thing, which are Igbos. Okay, it is funny because some of us are still not getting, we don't even want to capture the main issue. Nigerian can frustrate you on in everything. And just you hear what he said, that after receiving all the qualification that they demanded of him to embark on this journey, he have received every approval both home and abroad, not home, but within Nigeria they want to frustrate him, and he don't want to say it, what the reason. He just want to pretend that my own country denied me. It's not your country. You are just a victim of the war. A victim. You are a product of war. So people who win the war are enjoying you as one of their property. No matter how sensible, how sound, how eloquent you may sound, after everything, you are a subject. They have to use you. They have to treat you the way they want, and you cannot do anything. In fact, if you want to claim that you know that they are treating you bad, they will bring your own brothers to finish you up. And how are they going to get your brother to finish you up? They have a way to do that. Just bring one of a flavor from your place and give that person, not even give, promise him that he will become MD of social department, he will become a minister of anything. Just promise. I'm not saying they don't need to give you, no. Just make a promise. Dave Umahi was a governor of Ebonyi State, and they promised him presidency. What did he do? He just opened the border, released every corner, opened everywhere for Fulani to troop into Ebonyi State. In fact, he used one of the government Ebonyi State allocation to finance mosques in Ebonyi State, and they built one of the biggest mosques today in Ebonyi State, just to only to hear that I will become president. And when he noticed that when the time of presidency comes, he noticed that look, nobody, all those promises they made to him is it doesn't carry any weight. He is okay. Let me maybe we can start money. Maybe they will give us at least if Southeast is not gonna make it, we at least will be we can also go by have a vice president. And he push and think that is in fact he was always thought himself that he is going to be president or vice. When he noticed that presidency and vice is not coming to him, not only him, nobody from the southeast. Okay, there's no way senior president will skip from us. Of course, we should be the one. About the red chamber, we are the. They denied him that one. Where did he land? Minister of Transportation. After destroying your people, after buying a lot of it, after destroying farmland, after creating enough insecurity in the state, after sabotaging your people front and back. Do you understand? Like Allen Oyema, I'm not saying he's innocent or he's a saint, but what I'm trying to say is that 99% of Igbos billionaire today pass through this garbage. When Professor Bartolome Nadu was interviewed a few weeks ago about geometric power in Aba, what did he say? It took him 20 years, 20 good years to have license to operate, to have that power plant in Aba. 20 good years. Something that he can get just in that. Look at Dangote. Did he struggle to have license to build a refinery? He did not. They will do everything. All they need is just to put a name, just put the name of the Fulani person, and that's all. Everything that has to do with finance will come from federal government. Government will be the one to finance from A to Z, and the name will bear the name of their brother. Where did the Dangote? How did he build his business? How did he build his business? He started by what? Federal government post, awarding him this one, award the other one. Imagine me now that Nigerian government say, okay, you have monopoly of importation of probably, let me say, not, let me say, rice. Okay, rice can be can be produced in Nigeria as well. But let me use the word car. Anything that has to do with motor parts, I am the one in charge of it in the whole country. Do you think I will not succeed? Not only that I'm in charge, the money for me that I will use, like my capital, I receive it from government. Government allocated so $billion to me to start importation of cars to car dealers. I am the only person. And tomorrow, why you tell me that I will not be the richest in Africa, in Nigeria, in West Africa, and as case may be? But this man is in charge of how many items? How many cement? Name it. A lot of them. What happened? They are now bragging that he is the richest. Did he went through what these Igbo people are going through? The answer is no. The only reason why some of the Igbos like Ifeanyi of today, like Ato Ezenukwu, like Emeka Ofo, like who again? Um, all those top business people from Igbo land, they are doing fine, but they are going through hell. But somebody like Ifeanyi Oba, some of them that you see them now bearing senator, governor, minister, all those ones, they are junior Luther to compare Dangote. What they're looting from the country from federal purse is just minor, but they're criminal. Don't get it twisted. They are also criminal. You understand? But they are not as If Dangote is, for example, all the Northerners and some of the Yorubas, if they are looting, probably let me say, 300 billion, for example. Okay, let's assume that they loot 300 billion naira. Those Igbos are taking 500, 500, sorry, 250, 250, 100. But those ones from other parts, like Northerners, they are the king. They are the king. You understand? So why is it that some of those Igbos are not talking? Like if they see injustice happening to Igbo people, they don't want to say anything because they are owning federal government. Most of them own money. Most of them borrowed money to establish their businesses, which to them they are now working as His Majesty, His Royal Highness. They are working like prince and all that because if I cannot do anyhow against the Nigerian government now, you know why? Almost all his wealth is questionable. That is how it is. The only person that I can tell you that I'm not saying that he's innocent, but I don't think he's he built his business in that kind of foundation is somebody like innocent. That's the only person. All those ones you see, they borrow. There's a list that I stumbled upon. I think that was the last few. I think 2 months ago. Yes, 2 months ago, I saw the list of wealthy Igbo men that own Nigerian government billions. Many of them, those ones that you think that they don't even have access to take loan, they do take loan from federal government. And not only them, you see the number of Fulani Hausa people, my goodness, you shed tears. Billions, all of them. Not a billion, I'm talking about in multiple figures. Anytime you see Igbos are going through this, even Allen Oyema is not also innocent. That is just a fact. But my concern is that most of those so-called wealthy people, they know they sold their hand in the dirty businesses. That is why whenever you want to talk about Biafra, they will just put call to them. Look, do you know this person from your region? Do you know this person that is shouting Biafra? That is causing problem? No, go and warn him, or we don't want problem, or go and talk to him, or you did not tell him that how you start up your business, that we gave you so amount. That one will say, don't worry, I know how, don't worry, I'll work on that. Or don't worry. Leave it for me. He will come down to east and start sabotaging everything. He will not tell his kinsmen that they will use to destroy your genuine plan for freedom or for betterment of the entire Igbo nation. They will not tell them that, look, I have the backyard business, I have a skeleton in my cupboard, I don't want to get involved with this. They will say, why are we doing this? They will pretend they are preaching progress and unity for you without telling you their main reason of saying what they're saying. And if you find yourself in the content of power, you don't get yourself involved with this kind of dirty business, There's no way you become a billionaire. And a billionaire, the target is for you to be a billionaire, have multiple companies, have what you know. Nigeria is a country that once you take loan, don't worry to pay. You are not paying that loan. All you need to do, keep on, playing dirty business, and we make sure that you do whenever we call upon you, you respond. Whenever we tell you to go and subdue and suppress people from place, are you willing to do that? Even when you don't have fun to do that, come here, we give you more money. Even though you're owing us, don't worry, we give you more money so that you use that money to suppress more. Where did Ifeanyi get his money to buy pump action that he gave to use? You saw him when he was pushing hard to earn it at home. He was doing all those things for them to know that, showing them that, look, despite I have won I'm a senator, I can still display my gangsterism. Just give me opportunity. Allow me to do what I know how to do better. You know me in the past now. I can still do it again. They gave him money and he purchased all this security outfit, uniform and all that, shoes and cutlass, pump actions, pretend and hillocks, bikers. Once you give it to somebody who lives in whose business is to stay in Opiweka, collect 15 naira, 20 naira from bus drivers, and disrupt people's business and movement of goods in Onitsha. Once you give them, look, how long have we been in this park for how long have you been working like this? Are you experienced gangster? Yes. Do you know how to drive? Of course. This is the car key. You're working for me now. That won't be to others. Once they're giving you that one, you become as a senator, you have boys that are working for you. They're working for you just for dirty business only, nothing more. Once they call upon you, go and do this. Yeah, you jump out. Oh yeah, guys, come to the place. Nigeria have a law that you don't to bear arms. You have to show your license, right? But what most of these politicians do, they spend their money to acquire those catapults, give it to those guys. Nobody question them about license. Police for what? Just who is the commissioner police of a social area? They will put call to okay, look, my boys are at the town. No, tell your men, let them not disturb. Or allow them to do their job. Or police is okay, okay, okay. So okay, don't worry, I will come and see you in the evening. They will go and have dinner, and that's all. You see people, somebody well-known motorbike agboro carrying catapult moving around, no license, nobody will question police for what? That is why the video I showed to us yesterday, where one man was a kind of scoring police. You should go into bush, go and by they kidnap my uncle just now. You have what it takes. You have gun with you. Have everything. Enter bush, go and challenge the kidnapper. Tell them recover, bring my brother back. The police people with their halos and everything on the road though, openly they are not going, even though some of them will wear like they are in the war front, wear face mask, they open the eyes like a criminals, open just little mouth like if you see them you say wow, agile police officer. They are agile because they know you don't have anything with you. Once you bring your own catapult, they see that you have catapult, you know that they answer bloody civilian more than you. That's why they refuse to go, because the system is very, very dirty. Is a game of survival of the fittest. If you want to progress, if you want to, become rich and all that, you have to get ready for all this dirty, dirty, dirty business. Look at what is happening in Enugu. I told us yesterday. The current governor of Enugu State, he borrowed a lot of money to bribe INEC just for him to become governor of the state. And when he becomes governor, how do you think he's gonna make the money back to pay those who borrowed money from? This is somebody who own oil company, but it's not enough. Because the money they paid INEC, any officer, anybody that you know that is working with INEC and he has a lot of, maybe he's top there, high officer and ranking officer and all that, high ranking officer, they are non-billionaires. All of them, both from state level to federal level, all of them are, because the money that they shared in this past election is is stopping all the list of corrupt, all the money they have shared in the past to INEC and all INEC officials. This governor is now grabbing people, villages. He went to village land, people in Enugu State, and from his own Enugu State, because he is from Kano East. Land, a lot of villages in Kano East today are crying because of their son is now the governor. No wonder he become the most favorite governor. His friend, his number one friend now is Hope Uzodinma. These people are blood-sucking demons. Then Allen Oyema, is he? Do you think he see what happened to him as a problem to Ndigbo? No, he cannot even dare to mention that. Reason because he knows how he built his business. All of them, all just kind of one. We saw him when he was crying in his net and all that. These are the people that Igbo people believe before that they have men. We have somebody. No, you don't have anybody. Nobody whatsoever. You don't have anybody. Now let me move to another thing because if you allow me to start talking about the treatment on Igbo people in Nigeria, is we are not going to end this program. To be honest, every now and then the proof will be coming out. Every now and then the proof will be coming out. There's a rumor that they want to rename Nigeria as a country. Okay, let me go through. Diana, good morning to you. Wow, you are here. You are here. Oh, I have a lot of messages. Okay, let me start from the Armstrong message. Most Nigerians have misplaced priority. Exactly. Uh, Girl said, all head Biafran, please share and hit the like button. Thank you so much. Zach, you are here when they put Fulani pictures in the Nigerian currency. Who did they report to? Okay. How are you doing today, Kai? I'm doing fine, John. Buchi John, I see you. Wilson, Oriste, is that your name? That is pronounced. The Nigerian system was built to see Igbo future, Igbo failure, okay. Never allow them to grow or else you will be their servant. There was that was the fear of Fulani. They can only try, but can they stop Igbo growth? Which which ordained by God, right? Then I get it. Which ordained by God, okay? Also said dramas when they know dreamers when they know that they are not accepted, they will still continue to try. For example, Obi as a boy. You are talking about Peter Obi. Abra the best, I see you. Nice to see you in this program. Good morning to you. Diana said Nigeria is full of criminals and evildoers that don't care about anyone than money and personal benefits and power and position. Exactly. Exactly. And this sickness of Igbo people is in Yoruba, to be honest with you. But the difference between Igbo own and Yoruba own is that Igbos are not we don't know how to shield our own, like protect your brother. Even when you want to protect your brother, that your brother that you are spending all your time to protect somehow will be the one to expose you. Only this new generation that I can see that things may slightly change. To be honest, I can see some new generations, but we see the age of generation of P2B and the Oba, Ifeanyi Oba, Ngige, Soludo, Ichimaroke Nnamani, Dehomai, all those Okokoro, old slaves, all of them don't take them serious. They can do, and in fact, they prefer to swallow their own brother in order to please their political master. Okay, it's only when they see poor people that they want to tell you that we we are one, we are this, we are that. But among themselves, they know how to deal with it. They have to go about the activity, they have to pilot the activities. So, like as I was saying, BMO, you are here. Bless you, my dear, lovely son and brother Mazika TV. It's a Kai report, not Kai TV. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Somebody said that I got a recommendation from, I don't know, but I did not get it. I did not hear it properly because why I did not pay much attention because they said Kai TV. I'm not Kai TV. My platform is Kai Reports, not Kai TV. Thank you so much, sir. I believe you are because you said lovely son. I believe you are uh, you are one of our fathers. I believe so. So thank you so much. Nice to see you. Nice to see you in this program. We are live this morning to go through some of the information that matters to us. Like as I was saying, it was rumored that Nigerians are planning to change the name of Nigerian to United States of Nigeria. And somebody, these people, and they will come back. They will, the same people will still come back to say, "Oh, don't listen to Tamaneka. Don't listen to them. That somebody is there in Finland enjoying." That statement, I would like to say something about it. When you hear them, there's this person, he's in Finland enjoying. Do you really think that somebody in Finland, anybody in Finland, is Finnish citizen, they are not enjoying? If somebody who is not, biologically a Finnish indigene, like I'm not talking about citizenship now. I'm talking about that his ancestors come from Finland, and he managed to go to Finland and reside there and have his document and citizenship and everything, and you are Nigerian and you're able to identify that he's enjoying. How many foreigners in Nigeria are enjoying? How many foreigners that is in Nigeria that is enjoying like your own brother who is in Finland and enjoying? You see, you admitted that he's enjoying in Finland. It should be a thing of shame that you, as a government, you are able to testify that one of your own who traveled to Finland is in Finland enjoying, and he's able to be proud of a Finnish citizen. He has everything that any human being can think of. The country have offered it to him: security, protection, job opportunity, academic, name it, everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Freedom of speech. He's have freedom in somebody's land, in your own word, to compare you that say you're a government and some people don't have shame. People don't have shame. How can you tell me that your own, like you have a child and your child travel to another's family? Maybe you are living in, like I am Igbo, okay? I I have my child or my family, they are living in Onitsha, and this my family, this one of my child traveled to Ebonyi State, and I am another child, and I noticed that this my son is having life, enjoying life. In fact, what I could not give to him, he's having it in there in Ebonyi State, in another man's compound, and I will say I'll come out publicly to say that he's in he's don't listen. I'm talking to the other to his siblings that lives with me in Onitsha. Don't listen to this your brother he's there enjoying life. He's living, he's staying in comfort home. But in my own house, my children are not comfortable. They are not. I cannot even provide comfort to my own children in my own house that lives under my roof. And one of my son is out there, and I am able to testify that he is enjoying life there where he lives. I can testify that he is there enjoying, and the freedom, everything he is enjoying it. I should be ashamed of myself that I cannot even offer to my own child what he's enjoying in another man's house. PM is not the only one. Many Biafrans that lives abroad, some house, even Nigerians, most of them are running away. If not, how many of them give birth to their own children in Nigerian hospital, from local government to Senate to president? How many of them can beat his chest that my wife gave birth in Nigerian hospital. How many of them? One of the main reason people, it's not that giving birth in Nigerian is a death trap. Yes, it is a death trap, but if you have money, it's not a death trap because you have some hospitals in Nigeria where that qualified doctor that can also attend to you. There is some private hospital that when you go there, they will give you the best medical care in terms of giving birth. I'm not talking about all this when you have a chronic disease or something like that, or kidney transplant and all that. No, I'm talking about giving to you want to go to antenatal to check your baby, check up and the conducive environment that you can do that. There's few foreign, hospitals, few of them that only wealthy people can afford. That is why it is being considered that there is no hospital because a hospital that only few people can attend to that hospital that can afford it is as good as there's no hospital that you don't have any hospital. But what I'm trying to say is that even they have the equipment for those rich people, governors and senators don't allow their wives to go there. The reason because they want their children to bear American citizenship, Canadian citizen, European, UK citizen, and all that because they know that this country is a farm, is an animal farm. We are here to farm what we eat. So in a farmland, you cut grass, you cut grass, you put down trees, you cut down trees, you cultivate, you remove what will disturb your crops from growing. Just like they are building their political careers, if you as an individual is an obstacle to this farmland, they will pull you out. That's why they can buy even somebody who is selling granite in order to become a president, in order to become governor or local government chairman. They can use human sacrifice to do one or two juju for them to protect their office because they see you as a tree, as grass in their farmland. They will cut you off to for them to grow. Let me see if I can get that video up. He just said that I think I played it yesterday while we are live. Let me see if I can get that video again. You will hear him. You will hear him and warning people, preaching to people not to listen to PM that is not what I've listened to. And everything that he said, everything that PM have said, listen to this man. Before I on the volume, let me finish what I was saying. Everything they are doing, what I'm saying, that decisions is being copied from PM. That they were copying Master Namakano in the past. That was why when Massacre launched ESN, they quickly started, that was when the governors of Eastern region realized that they need a security outfit because they want to copy. They are used to copy. Not just the governors, federal government copy as well. We are coming to that, but before then, hear what this army chief, Mr. Christopher, or they call it General Christopher or whatever, listen to
Like expose all those ones doing those things, especially people like Samuel Ipa.
Did you hear that? Especially people like some members. Listen to you, everyone. Chi, and I see you. Chi, MC, nice to have you in this podcast. Armstrong said, USN, where, what a joke. There, there is nothing united about. Armstrong said, there's nothing united about Nigeria. Do you think they know the meaning of unity? That's why they always, every now and then, one Nigeria. If Nigeria is truly one, why are you recurring it every now and then? One Nigeria. If Nigeria is a country that everybody respect and all that, you don't need to be telling people one Nigeria. One Nigeria. Did you hear one South Africa? Have you seen anybody say one England? Did you hear one America? But when you see one Nigeria, or Japan, have you seen any Japanese people say one Japan, one Cameroon? Even though Cameroon is not one, to be honest, because they also um, they hold ambassador on hostage and buying them up just like. But that is a story for another day. Let me go straight to what I was trying to. Let's allow Musa to finish his statement. But pay attention when he mentioned PM, and he did not stop there. He elaborated by telling you that don't tell that he's not worthy of listening to, and that this kind of individual they are practicing cannibalism, and just to make sure that they're blackmail. Then after that, the government that employ him, pay him money, will now turn back and tell you, you you have to, change the name. Let's change the name. That is exposition of mass non in the past. When this is not the first time they tried to, discuss about change of name. They tried it, and mass cannot laugh at them. They quit. They have submitted the file in the Senate. Then, and Masakano came online and laughed at them that they're trying to change them. After that broadcast, they withhold the file back. Now they want to bring it back because PM is not talking about United States of Biafra. Now let's go.
Doing those things, especially people like Samaipa, is sitting down there in comfort. Some countries are encouraging him to do what he's doing to Nigeria.
As an army chief, how many people are sitting in Nigerian, that sit in Nigeria have that comfort that PM have? Apart from politicians and their siblings, how many an average Nigerian, a market woman, civil servant can beat his or her chest that I am sitting in my comfort zone? People of Zamfara, do they have any? Do they have anything comfort in there? Not Medugri, of course. That one is a no go. Some part in Imo State cannot be proud of anything comfort, and you are the army chief. In fact, 99% of what Imo people are going through is from you. From this very man talking now. Your job is to take people's comfort away from them. They don't have comfort anymore because of you, because you know how to put on khaki and how to load magazine. That's all. That's what you do. Magazine for unarmed civilians. When you see armed one, you talk to pastor like you are preaching now. Listen.
And we are here supporting him. So people must desist. We must call what is wrong wrong. But I know that we're taking efforts to ensure that we secure the whole of Southeast, and we'll continue to do that. We regret the souls have been lost. If you see the way they have killed these guys.
I think we have somebody. Shama Moore said, "Clan, did any northerner criminals get called out?" I don't understand what you mean. Did any northerner criminal get called out? Can you explain what you're trying to say, because your comment is totally out of my ability to understand, to comprehend what I can't even lay hand on anything that you're trying to say. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Can you make it to make meaning, please? Just say something better. Let me understand what you're trying to say. Are you saying that? Just explain more, please. Okay, thank you.
That the souls have been lost. If you see the way they have killed, these guys are not human beings. They are eating flesh. We have seen them doing cannibalization. We have seen them doing cultism and all these things. So it is not, nobody should ever support such kind of people. Because the more you support them, it's like growing a monster. He will come after you. It's just a matter of time.
Nothing grow mustard faster than python dance and crocodile tears. And you are the one. You people did it. So when you are doing Python dance, does Python dance in bush or in people's residential home? Can anybody, is there anyone here that have pythons in their house? Please, if you do, let me know. Even if you don't have what it takes to take away to buy the python, you have to go and look for Okamed. Use Okamed to buy the python, because python, if you allow python, and python will swallow you. And you call yourself python. Python and human being doesn't work together. Nobody, no sensible human being allow python to live in his house. So you call yourself python and crocodile tears. Is it crocodile tears? How did they even name that one also? These two animal is not a domestic animal. To be honest, they are wild animal. And what every sensible human being, when you see a wild animal, what do you do? Is either you run for your life, or you confront that wild animal, or is either you buy the wild animal or wild animal buy you. And you guys were bragging about it, isn't it?
We have seen that happen over and over. So I want to appeal to everyone, never, for whatever reason, for whatever gains you think, support such people. Thank you. I think I've addressed the few questions that have been asked.
So my people, the back to the topic. I just want you to know.
Expose all those ones
I
doing
just
those
want you to
things,
hear what.
especially people like Samuel Iba.
I just wanted to hear what he said. Okay, but they said they want to bring United States of Nigeria. It's laughable. The United States of Nigeria. So one man, I believe, an Igbo man, have this to say towards that. Listen very carefully. Okay, before then, let me read it because this is from Arise News. Nigerian name changes should honor indigenous heritage. This man suggests that he should honor indigenous, even if you want to say the name, bring a name that honors indigenous heritage. Listen, the name United States of Nigeria lacks the cultural uh, resonance needed to spark a renewed sense of patriotism. This man says that, and the name of the man is he here? Okay, Sam Amadi. And this is an Igbo man. Now listen to what Amadi have to say.
Well, it says what's the name that which is called Rose, but other name could have been the same. But at the same time, we know that sometimes names encode lessons of history and also have some kind of psychic and maybe symbolic alignment. So many countries change their name usually to reflect a new reality, especially colonial names. So names that were imposed on them, they now change to more indigenous, more homogeneous names. But in this case, Nigeria, Niger area, chosen for us by the concubine or the wife or the girlfriend or mistress of Lord Lugard. The question is, why change the name? Does it reflect, are we not going to go to a name, Wazobia, or a name that is more indigenous to Nigerian people? That's one instance which a name could mean something. Again, after fighting through a revolutionary struggle, many states in the world changed names to reflect the new reality that the imperial and then they got independence and they changed their name. So you had maybe Gold Coast to Ghana and several other countries in the world. So in this particular instance of the United States of Nigeria, I don't think it carries that level of cultural resonance that could trigger a new wave of patriotism, nationalism, could trigger some kind of authenticity. The name is so prosaic. I mean, United States of Nigeria. So this is one instance where the name suggested does not embody a transformative potential. It's too dry. I mean, okay, now, but the key point he makes around restructuring is one that does make some sense. I mean, clearly, economic development scholars, everybody now agrees that institutions have bearing on economic and social development. And institutions themselves are not just, could be in terms of structure, and then what to call meta institutions, the bigger institutions of the state. That's what we're talking about, moving from presidential to parliamentary. So the big institutions define development. Also, the small institutions, rule of law, the relation between the executive and legislature. But more important, I think, is the notion that the center, there's so much sucking up of energy from the rural to urban migration, from state to region to the center. And so what you've seen across Nigeria is that three things working together. One, the structural crisis means that at the local level, there's no economy, no governance. Governors colonize, manipulate, concentrate, and take over, responsibilities and resources that match them. And that desensitizes the local level from dealing with the democracy. And this is actually very important. Elsewhere, democracy evolves from, states, from town unions, small areas, and move to the bigger level. So you start with town halls in the US, and then you move to maybe districts. They get to states themselves who came together to form a federation. And that's why you hear the United States of America. It tells a story, a historical story, that actually those states were first so sovereign, and then they came together to create a federation. In our own case, we are a federation that is now trying to go back to states. So the notion of the US and its historical meaning, United States, is different from ours. These are states that were sovereign, they had a confederate, that none of them, they now came together to form a more perfect union, bring themselves together. But in our own case, we are a construction that central. We are a construction that's centralized. So if you're going to say, let's go to region, it makes sense. So I support the structuring as long as you understand that it means creating more democratization, more responsibility at local level, and then matching revenue, fiscal policy to problem solving at local level. It's correct, but the name change might be too superficial.
Okay. He disagreed with the name. He wants a name that sounds like Wazobia and others. But the people that he's talking to have a different. They don't see the name as a. If you like, call it anything, any derivative word you can use, as long as that provision to milk and loot is available. Fulani is okay with it. They don't care about. Do they know the meaning of Negro? They don't. Do they care to know? No. As long as because when you hear them that when they say that the existence of nomadic are being threatened is that you are trying to regain your brain to ask questions on how they make your resources. That's the issue. Okay, you buy people left and right, okay, and you want to answer United or Diego. the not only this man, it has been like that. It has been like that. Nigerian government and Nigerian army don't want to think well. They don't want to reason, and that's why the the whole thing is going the way it is. Back to the main issue at hand. We are now. Let's talk about Biafran coin. Some of us, people have some question about. They ask some questions about can we trust Biafran coin? Can we? What is this Biafran coin is all about? How can we, invest on it? Now, the issue is this: Biafran coin is built on a solid, very, very solid rock. So I don't think you will lack anything. I don't think you need to panic because everything about it is well prepared, very, very, very strong. So and PM have made it clear that the if you invest or if you buy if you put your money in Biafran coin, you will have everything to gain, everything. This is what he said that made me to even come online, to come live this hour is because of this Biafran coin. The Biafran Republic government in exile, PM is saying this, that the Biafran Republic government in exile says that the Biafran coin offers cryptocurrencies users high staking of 18% return on investment. Okay, Igbos and others embrace platform from digital saving and wealth creation. the Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile, Simon Ekpa, disclosed this on Tuesday in a statement. That is Nigeria. Let me open it. This is PM just shared the news from Nigerian News Share. That is platform that's Nigerian News Share.com. This is what it said. Okay. The Biafran government in exile says that the Biafran coin offers cryptocurrency users high staking of 18% return on investment, whereas Igbos and others embrace platforms for digital saving and wealth creation. The Prime Minister of the Biafran government in exile, Simon Ekpa, disclosed this on Tuesday in a statement. According to Finnish-based lawyer and separatist, that's what they call him, separatist EPA, the number of Biafran coin users has increased massively since the launch of the website on 21st March 2024. He stressed that the Biafran coin ROI, okay, offers surpass that of the other cryptocurrency platform, which stood at 7%, but Biafran offer 18. Okay, EPA assured users that Biafran coin will be stable at one Biafran coin per USD. He added that users and prospective users should reach out to Biafran coin on occasional of reach out to Biafran coin on occasion of challenges, like if they have any issue. Every day people reach out to our helpline +19192672 134 to receive remote assistance in setting up their crypto wallet and buying Biafran coin. The number of users is difficult to divide because of the anonymous nature of the crypto. The thing that sets Biafran coin apart from other crypto token is the high staking ROI. That is ROI. I need to find out the meaning of this, of 18%. Other cryptocurrency generally do not offer more than 7%. The Biafran government is guaranteeing. Okay, the Biafran government is guaranteeing that the price of Biafran coin will be stable, one Biafran coin per $1. This has generated interest as the naira remain obscure in the crypto market. Please, for inquiry, check website www.usdt.bankofbiafra.org. He said. Recall that last month, Biafran government in Nigeria officially unveiled Biafran coin for digital savings and wealth creation. The development comes after the announcement of Biafran coin in February 28, 2024. That is this year. So everything you need to know about this cryptocurrency, Biafran coin, is well organized. So anybody who is panicking needs to rethink. You don't need to panic. It is the best way to save the money. Best way so far, because some people reached out to me when naira was dollar was 1,900. I told them to go and buy dollar. Then Biafran coin was not out. I told them to go and say, buy dollar. Make sure that you withdraw your money from Nigerian bank, go and buy dollar, buy through crypto. Okay, and most of them have done that. And now that naira is falling down, they come back to me. Oh, you deceive us. Why are you? You see now the naira is now making waves. I told them, making waves in terms of what? Because as of today, you will trust to save your money in USD than naira. You know why? Anything can happen in Nigeria. I'm not talking about freedom of Biafra now. I want to talk about in terms of economical, because the system and the country is being managed by a gang of criminals. Just forget about uh, freedom of Biafra now or Dua. Just imagine that if no agitation, nobody want to go separate ways. That the company, yes, it's company. I want to say the country, the companies himself is not working. Okay, it is not working, and that is why anything can happen. Anything can happen. If you see people are celebrating, somebody like in Sima, they are celebrating. Oh, Jagaban is doing fine. Oh, Jagaban is doing well, without telling you the price of goods in the market. If you want to build a strong currency, it's not about black market price and all that. When international marketers, like if you want to buy something in China and you call it a man, so a company selling goods in China, and you tell them that you want to buy some number of goods, and they give you rate that differs from what the Nigerian government claims that is the price now. That tells you that what they're building, what they're claiming that Naira is waking up is a joke. Even if Naira if it fall to 800 to $1, hmm? Even if it descends from 1,000 plus that it is now to 800 to even 500, saving your money in dollar are still more reasonable than that. Now that Biafran coin is out, the best way you can save it is in Biafran coin. You know why? The percentage that the PM talked about stands that is a plus. That means if you invest money there, when you want to withdraw your money be generating income for you. Unlike Nigeria is taking money. When you put money in Nigeria today, put 1 million, send 1 million to your account in Nigeria, for example. Be at the in 2 weeks time, that money will descend from 900 and maybe 80 something. Okay, it will cut. It can never be 1 million anymore. So in before now, when you put money in the bank, when you check after some time, you see some dividends. Now instead of bank paying you dividends, that bank are not taking from you. They will charge you SMS alert charges. They will charge everything that doesn't, because normally what other banks use are toll system. Toll system you don't need to pay to send multiple messages to customers' phone, like alert, message. There is they use to number and reasonable country, a country that really mean good to build themselves. What they do is that they will create this space. They will use that to system also like bank to do advertisement. So some people, some companies will use their toll system because of they have many customers to do advertisement. They can bank can also, for example, Glow as a network in Nigeria may decide to use bank. We pay just a little money to bank to advertise to their, maybe if Glow are doing so offer so package, they will you may go to bank that you have that toll system to send messages to customers that Glow company is offering buy recharge card to get bonus. That kind of thing. That is what countries do if there is a country that really want to survive. But Nigeria, oh no. You are the one to pay for the service. And that is why you see people telling you, oh, you are in social country enjoying, and they are causing problem here. Somebody who is in the problem is telling you that you are enjoying there and you are causing problem, as if the problem that they are having at the moment is caused by you. Our sister still have this comment. Let me go through it. Diana said, I have never seen a country where criminals, terrorism ravaging, and gullible people are some gullible people are talking about development. How will that be possible? Are they are they blinded to see what is happening in Nigeria? Some of them don't care. Like I told you, if you're able to reason with me when I was saying that some they see Nigerian as a farmland. In farmland, if you want to cultivate vegetable, you have to pull, or you have to cut, pull, grasses. Have to clear the bush. You have to, cultivate the soil. You have to then, start planting your vegetable, right? So you are doing all those things. You are pulling out grasses and all those things for you to cultivate what you want to cultivate. Some of the what these people see, Nigerians and average Nigerians, common people, they see them as a grass. Pull them out for you to become richer. So they are the good thing. They don't. Well, that's why some of them don't even believe that when they buy people that those people are already human beings. No, to them they are in a farmland. Anything that will stop you from farming, cut it off. That's the mentality they have, my dear. These are they are more than criminal. If there's any word that is more, stronger than the word criminality, I think that's the word that should attach it to them. Godwin said, "Good morning, bro. More grace to continue this work. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Now let's listen to what somebody that
No people.
have to say.
Nobody talking about it. No people. Nobody talking about it. Now, is this Samuel Pada 3 people in Benue State? No. This Samuel 3 people in Kaduna? Not. No. To go to Nigeria, you enter place to Lagos. Can you travel on the road to your village? Well, not without finding out if it's safe. For now, I can, but not without me looking aside. If my car should break down around 7:30 p.m. along Lagos Ibadan Expressway, you may never see me again. So is this Samuel Pada going to stop you on the road? No. Igbo should be very, very proud and happy for what Samuel Pada is doing. They thought if they take the canoe away, brother, we died. That's what they did. But they never know there was a Joshua somewhere. That is wait. That is thing, they would never know that there was a Joshua there. You know what somebody told me? They said if they do anything to Epa, nobody have a clue who is going to come next. Maybe that one will come be,
So that is it. Even though the mic is not somehow is moving from left to right, I was in his program a few days ago. I listened to when somebody were kind of asked the person asked a question about his thoughts about DOS and the government in Israel. He was insulting everybody. Olodi Buruku, you are fighting yourself. You are fighting yourself. Olodi Buruku and all that. But it's good to say that it is easy to say, but when you don't know the details and the reason why people, are throwing support to PM, the best thing you need to do is to ask yourself, go and do your, go, just don't make argument. Try your best to do your primary work, do your little investigation, try to know why, and then if you did not see the reason, then you can now come out and throw your questions and challenges. That may be of help, but the way sometimes some people react to issue that doesn't really don't issue that don't warrant you to do, react to it that way. Sometimes it baffles me because if you, what you don't know is better than you, like PM always say, what you don't know is better than you. We are not foolish. We are not stupid, and we don't have hatred before we see you. It is you who triggers something grown that hatred against you. So what I'm trying to say is that nobody know China Saworu, Ken Gurago, Biafran US side. Nobody know them just to hate them. That I know you and the best thing to do is to hate you. No, 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 no. No. What about the time we love you? What about how the love that we have shared with you? What about when we are singing praises of you? So now that we think that what we are doing does not go down well with us, we should not talk because you will thank God that we hate you. We have been singing praises of you. So if you are able to recognize that we have said something good and praised you in the past, I think it is honor for you also to receive criticism from those who have praised you in the past, because nobody knows it all. Sometimes you make a mistake, but ability to rethink or retrieve from that wrong that you have done is what makes you a man. That this guy, this our brother Chamaka Jaren, is I respect him so much because of what he did. I don't know him in person, but the way he realized, find out that found out that he was not he did not get it right when he was criticizing PM and all that, and he turned back to make up with PM and everything. Look at him, the way things are, everything. Look at him today. Look at his contribution. Look at what he have done. That is when somebody have a pure heart, genuine heart, not I love you because of what you have. No, you know what he have done made me to like what he did when he was against PM. You know what the reason is this: he have love for Biafran freedom. He have genuine love for our people. That is why if he says that you are a threat to what he wants, of course he turn against you. It doesn't matter who you are. And he's not expecting Biafra to come from a particular individual. Anybody who can give Biafra should bring it. That is the mindset of a rare man and a man who is pure in at heart. I respect him for that. So some of us that when you see some that like some comments, yeah, I saw on one of the PM posts, one guy called Rope or something like that was saying, I pity anybody who believe what you're saying. I think let me look for that comment and see if I'm able to. He said that thing, and what rings in my mind is look at this kind of people. You are let me see. Yes, look at it here. For the first time, okay, I have flipped the camera before. Let me flip it again. Just hold on. Fine. Look at this comment. Look at this comment. Okay. He said, I pity, wait. I pity those people that are listening to you criminals. And the post that he's talking about is this post. The Biafran Republic government in exile says that the Biafran coin offers cryptocurrencies users high stake of 8%, okay, return on investment. After this is what I've just read before. After seeing all those things, the guy choose to say, I pity those people that are listening to you, criminals. This is a man who don't. Sorry about that. The network is really, interfering on this live broadcast as if he own me, but God passed that. So he don't even know anything about crypto, but he knows how to use the word criminal. Everything that he don't know, even the one you know, you say criminal. So some people are like that. Some people are like that. Um, Wike is still doing garagara. And the man who he destroyed his building, the brother have this to say, Wike will pay for everything destroyed, even after leaving office. Estate developer O Kachuku vows over demolition of properties in Abuja. One thing is for sure, Igbo people need to work on themselves on how to fight the fight that you need to fight and how to ignore the the fight that you need to ignore. not ignoring everything. The reason why many people, different, even mushroom politicians, people, political puppets, most of them are from probably from Igbo or from other tribes, it doesn't matter, that have vowed to attack Igbo people as a nation, as a people, as a collective group, is because some of them have done it and nobody questioned them. They've got away with it. Imagine if there's a way that Igbo people can design, if they can design a method of taking matters up against those who are, who comes after them or what or anything that belongs to them by any means necessary. I think before people will open their mouth or they do their nonsense, they will have to rethink properly. The reason why nobody, even those who are criticizing one thing another, why people are not, you know, why people are not all that vocal when it comes to follow what Fulani people do. Apart from their friends, nobody is able to, talk about the ill attitude or activities of Fulanis, despite having 7 different terrorist groups. That is one of the what they contribute to the Nigerian economy. Nobody, no politicians, no individual is able to come out publicly to condemn them as a people. Like we have seen many people condemning Igbos for no just reason. Libike is one of them. Why do they give such land to an Igbo man? This is somebody who is not from the north. Imagine what he's doing to Igbo people's business in Port Harcourt. Our people need to do something about it. I don't know how it will be. I don't know who will pilot this, but something must be done. Just like what Governor of Enugu State is doing now, grabbing land of people from people in their villages. All those things need to be dealt with. Without it, people will take our people for granted. Wike and his group, the hatred on Igbo people, has blinded their eyes. They don't see anything good anymore. It has blinded them totally. It has blinded them totally. And this is what I just bring this up just for me to comment on. It's just a post that somebody made. And many of us have this kind of mindset that give Igbo their own country, and in 20 years, they will be like South Korea. This thing is what the enemy don't want to hear. If you really want to, let's assume that your freedom will be given to you, which is not possible. If you are dreaming to have one day to receive a call from whoever that that your imaginary supreme being that will give you independence, it is not possible. But nobody will put a call to you to give you a country and expect you to be like Korea in 20 years, and that person will do that. The target is to make you to be like the worst than any country on the surface of earth. So if truly you want independence, and they will give it to you, and you're saying if freedom can be given, for you to even say that you become South Korea in 20 years is a very vital reason for them not to give it to you. So I don't know why some of us reason like that. You cannot put this kind of thing in public, and you don't wait for people to give you your freedom. You go and take it. You have to take it. You have to do what you need to do for freedom to get to you. That is how it is. Even a baby in the womb, okay, but the mother may not like to give birth, because of not that they don't want to give birth, but once they will delay, the time for the baby to come out because of the pain they will go through. But the baby is the one to decide when it will come, unless if doctors decide to, for the sake of the baby's life, maybe health issue or anything, they will not operate and bring the baby out. But ordinarily, baby will start agitating for the baby to be free, to separate from you as a mother. That's how it should be. So people should stop expecting one supreme being that will give you freedom and just for free. It doesn't work that way. Now, this is what this person said. Let me read it. They praise Wike, saying Wike is working just because he is demolishing property belongs to Igbos. Okay, just like when they praise Nigerian army for buying people in the Okoma community, as long as is something that has to do with torture and torment of Easterners, Fulanis and their cohort, people who love to see both destroyed, like some people from Yoruba land love that so much, they will come up with it. But when it happens to them, Igbo people will be vocal, condemning and bashing the nonsense that happened to them. If you speak out, they will label you as a bigot. But they are the ones, okay, displaying tribal bigotry across the country through their actions. It is happening in Lagos and Abuja, and we cannot be mute. We are not one nation at all, and Igbophobia is real. Now you are waking up, isn't it? Let's keep deceiving ourselves. This is what this person says. So at least when they are doing all those things, but I hope it's not something that we just enter from this ear and go away from the other ear. As you have come to your senses to know that it's not working, remain with that. Don't pretend. Remain with it. I have been saying it for ages that people need to avoid this idea of let's make it work. We are not making anything work. We are not making anything work. Not this is something that is in everybody's, not only non-Igbos. Some Igbos also like that. We know that we are not one, and there's no two ways about it. Lagos Deputy Commissioner of Police found hanging pie in his house after Easter celebration. And I'm not going into details of the reason why what happened to him, but just for you to understand that people are still putting their neck, you know, on a hook to make sure that they tie their life. Is a very sad news. Okay, for security purpose, please PM posted this. Just get used to this post, please, and if you can take a screenshot of it. In fact, I will post it on my community after this. So you can go to my community page and download it, or you go to PM Twitter handle and download it. This is what he said. The scammers have jailed this one to scam people on behalf of Biafran coin, Biafran government in exile. So PM said this. Wait, okay. If you are following this account, you are following scammers. This is not the official USBTX page. The official page will be posted soon. So guys, run away from this. Is not helping matter at all. Now listen to this Asari Dokubo. He always have something to say.
I am Etiabali today. Etiabali is an Igbo man. He's from Obom in Abba. He's from Obom in Abba. From there, his family went to Oposi in Anambra State before they came to New Calabar. He's an Igbo man. I am Etiabali. So when somebody says Igbo, no, I am. Yes, the name I answered today, the stool on which I sit today, which was created as one of the first working houses to be created, and in fact, among the first 5 to be created in Calabar. Etiabali became the richest man of his time. He's an Igbo man, untreated. And he never denied being an Igbo man. So I, his worthy descendant, will not deny. I have my disagreement with Igbo, but I cannot. So also his bricks. So also his house. Young bricks also. My father, one and is a holy woman. Uzoma, Ele Pike, Ele It's a lie. These people are Igbos.
Okay.
So, like I said, I am a crime correction officer. We have to tell our children our history true and leave this falsehood. Tell our history, we should not be ashamed of who we are. We should not be ashamed of who we are. It's not because somebody is making claim we are going to deny because a man is making claim. Whether people make claim or not, that's the bloody difference. That will not stop us from saying that this is what we are, who we are. And we stand up to who we are. We keep record of who we are. We tell the world who we are. We stand so that from that we can draw our strength. We can become who we really are.
I started to cover 70 years old man. 70 years old man is really acting like 70 years old. Today you are Igbos are the worst people ever. The next day Igbos are you are in fact you are from Igbo. The other day you are of course I know you are from Igbo. That one is for sure. And the reason why I'm not very angry to Asare is not because he's Igbo or not Igbo. But even Wike, the reason why I'm not very, very angry, like calling for their head, you understand, is because we have the same people in so-called Igbo now. People that are not questioning where they come from or anything. No. P2B, what is the difference between P2B and Asante Dokobo or Wike? Only that P2B is not important to demolish his own. He will do the same thing to make Fulani believe that he's not here from him. That is number one. Whereas the Fulani is doing it before Korokoro, proving to you that look, my people first, your own. Okay, let me buy this my brother so that you will know that if I can find my brother, I'm for you. And because the only way to prove to make Fulani not to feel threatened, because they always feel threatened, is to buy your brother. That is one of the demands. Buy your brother, bring your brother down, then I will know. And then I cannot trust you. P2B started eating Fulani just to prove that his presidency is not going to be voting. Do you understand? So anyone who does that is not a man enough. Your colleagues they stand on ground, they stand on their feet to do what they want, what they think is good for the people. Jonathan, when he became president, he did the same nonsense that Igbo people are known for. Buy your people, don't pay attention to your house, set it ablaze to make others to feel, belonged. Whereas you are the one who has been sidelined for years. They don't give you a chance to excel. They deprive you of everything you can think of. Yet, you are the one you are the one that think that you can prove a point. That is laughable. Guys, we are going to come to an end of this broadcast. We have spent 1 hour 28 minutes and some seconds. So let's end this broadcast now. Thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. We are going to end it now to be live again. Okay. So let this one end now. We are going to be live again. I thank you so much, OC, Iwu Biafra, Godwin. I thank you, Diana. Of course, I thank you, Cam. Is it WhatsApp? What's called damage? I don't know what it means. Cam, thank you anyway. Thank you for your time to comment. And Armstrong, I think Armstrong have gone for work because I've not. It's been a while. I see his comments. Shama, who is talking from both sides of his mouth, I don't know what he's talking about. I believe you are trying to fight for Nigeria, but if that is the case, we are not man enough to continue. Chi, I see you. Who again? BMO. Thank you so much. Thank you, BMO. Who again? Abra the best, of course, one of us. Wilson, I thank you. Buchi, John, all of you, I believe most of you have gone. Thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it. Bye bye for now. Take care.